Hi there, Richard Mathew here. Now, are you struggling in your home business, partly or even majorly due to a fear of rejection? Maybe you kind of know you should be speaking to more people or kind of putting yourself out there in whichever way you want to market, but you're fearful of what others may say, and particularly if they reject you. Let me help you understand that a little bit better and give you some tips so you can overcome it, turn you into a powerhouse and go out there and build whatever team that you're in. So stay tuned. We're back in a second with today's show. Okay, welcome back. So it's a difficult issue, right? Rejection. Let me run through, why it is that maybe happened. Maybe you can understand some internal reasons, external reasons, and obviously a solution. I want to give you a solution. And actually, at the end, I will give you something that has helped me. I used to fear rejection quite a lot. I would get very nervous. And one particular kind of system that I've got myself around and that I've stayed in for about 3 years now has really helped me. So I'll suggest that resource to you at the end of this training. But let's focus on something you can use right this second. Let's dive into rejection kind of 101, if you like, really, really quickly, like an overview. Let's look firstly at internal factors. What internal factors can cause a fear of rejection? Well, look back over past experiences in your life. Think about times that you may have been rejected. Think about how we naturally want to fit in with those around us. It's kind of a human need or a human survival mechanism to be relatable or relate to the people around us. So that can cause this fear of doing anything that may rock the boat, right? If someone says no, someone rejects us, we can kind of take us back to that past event or make us feel like, okay, here's the circle of trust, right? Meet the parents, right? And we're all the way over here and you just don't want to do that, right? It doesn't feel good. Let's look at external factors as well. People tend to want to follow the status quo. Have you noticed that? And with network marketing in particular, we are definitely not the status quo yet. You're in the fastest growing business model on the planet. So one day, in fact, it's getting more and more and more now. Think about how many people you know who you would never have thought about having a home business and now they are a network marketer. Okay, it's happening more and more for me specifically. Now, that's going to happen more and more, but at the moment still and for the foreseeable future, it's still different. It's still weird. So people want to reject something that's new and stretches their vision of you if you seem to be doing something different. So you can have all this pressure to kind of conform, because if you show people a way that is a viable option and solution for their issues, if they choose to believe you and praise you, that now means they're choosing their own misery. Understand that. They're rejecting themselves and something they see in you that they wish they could have, not you. So understand that. So how can you overcome this rejection? How can you actually become more powerful and not fear the rejection? Something I recommend was a book written about this, very, very famous book called Go for No. That is a very powerful way of viewing decisions. Okay, and I'm going to give you another resource in a second, but particularly I went to a training event probably last year sometime with my company, and one of the top ranks said, on average, this is how many no's every top earner in your company went through to get to a yes. To get to the yeses that ended up being their team members that created their income, they had to get through this many no's as well. And it averaged out that every single no was actually worth a few $1,000s. For the earnings that they now had, the yeses that they'd got had taken so many no's, so the no's were worth so much money to them. And that's a very powerful way to say, you know what, yes or no, it doesn't really matter. You're still in effect getting paid for the future, because every no that you receive is another one closer to a yes. So that's one way. A big way, a really big, in fact, the biggest way that you can start to pay less attention to rejection is actually getting around people that have already been through that process. Hang around online or offline with other leaders in our industry, with people who were fearful of rejection and have come through that, who want to lift you up, not put you down. If there's a place you could go where people could say, hey, this is how I overcame it. Here's the way to actually think about these decisions. Here's some education. Here's some help. Let me inspire you with some kind of daily action, a daily call or something like that that will lift you up. That would set new habits, which would lead to a new, better version of yourself. And there is actually a system that does all that for you. Daily inspirational calls. All the leaders are hanging out there and it works really well. You can find that information at richardmathew.com/MLSP system. Okay, I want to make that clear. It's something that I use now and have really helped me in my business. So I hope you got value from today's training. Go create a day in a life that counts, and I will see you on the next show really soon. Bye for now.